whatever. See, let them be in that situation and they'll pray. Everybody prays at one time or another. They pray. So what is prayer? Anyway, if I ask you, let's say that we had an old drunk here tonight. We probably do have some, and I hope they've been saved and got rid of that. But let's say that we had an old drunk here tonight and that we really needed to rain. Let's say we really needed to rain. And we call that old drunk and say, "We want you to come down here on this altar. I want you to pray for rain." Then I want you as a deacon or a Christian man, whatever, get up out of your seat and you come down here and get right here and you pray for rain. Now both of you start praying for rain. And it never drops a drop. Now which one is the most important? The drunk that prayed for rain, or this Christian that prayed for rain and nothing happened to either one of them? You say, "Judge, what's the difference?" No difference as far as prayer is concerned. Because neither one of them got rain. And I'm afraid most of our church members are fitting in that category. The disciples, now listen, you need to hear this. Listen, "Lord, teach us to pray." As John taught his disciples, us preachers have really failed you by not teaching you to pray. There are wonderful things you can get by praying, and you will never get it unless you learn to pray. You can get up here and sing a song like Bill and them, and you can get certain things out of that song while they're singing. Certain things will come out of that song. Yeah. If you don't sing the song, you won't get those particular things that come out when Bill and them sing the song. You can let a fellow get up and give some kind of testimony. You can get something out of that testimony. You can have a baptizing. You get something out of that. There's certain things when you do. I can preach a sermon. You get certain things out of that. There's things that you cannot get by doing something else. When you're getting something out of a sermon, you can't get the same thing out of singing. An old woman used to be in our church, Ms. Hayes, and she's sitting on the front row of the choir. She was there every Sunday morning. I can't remember when she wasn't there. I'm sure there's sometimes she wasn't, but I can't remember when she wasn't there. And then when the choir got up, when Jack got up and said, "Let's sing so-and-so." She had sung so many songs through the years, she didn't even have to look at the book. She just been there waiting and start singing. When Jack started singing, she started singing. And either tears would start coming down her face, or she'd start laughing while she sang. And I used to sit there on the pulpit and look up at her, and sometimes I used to think, "I don't know what you're so happy about. I don't feel good today, and I've got to preach." But she would just run back there, and I mean, she knew how to get a blessing out of a song. Yeah. Now these people, I'm glad the way y'all sang tonight. I'm telling you, I got a blessing out of it. You say, "I didn't get a blessing." Well, you sorry thing, you're going to have to get right. Only God can bless you. Ms. Hayes, she and one Sunday morning, we got up and we sang, "We're Marching to Zion." You probably never heard that song, but anyway, it's a religious song. "We're marching to Zion." And we started to sing that song. And she started, baby. She started, when that song started, she was just like she was marching to Zion. And I looked up at her, and I thought, she's getting something from God. You could tell it. See, you could tell, you could just almost see God on her face. She's getting something from God singing this song. And for some reason, this came to me. "Lord, would you do for me whatever it is you're doing for Ms. Hayes? Would you do that for me?" And it was as though the Lord whispered back to me in my conscience, "I would if you'd say." I reached over and grabbed me a song book, and they was on the third line by the time I found the song, you know. And I ran back and started saying that third line. The hills of Zion yield 1,000 sacred streets before we walk those golden streets. That song says you get blessings now. You don't have to wait till you get to heaven. If you get blessings now, God will bless you now. And just as I was saying that, all at once I had the warmest feeling come over me. I said, thank you, Lord. If God ever comes and touches your heart, honey, you will surely feel good. Yeah. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. You need to learn, how do I get a blessing from God? These disciples said, Lord, would you teach us to pray? You say, why did they ask that, Jesse? Well, I suspect whoever this disciple was, he probably was around one time when Jesus had a big crowd and was preaching to them. The service was over, and one of the disciples come up and said, Lord, we got about 5,000 people here. Ain't no McDonald's or Burger King or nothing around here. I don't know how we're going to feed them. And Andrew, bless his heart, he's one of my favorite preachers. Andrew wasn't a big preacher. He wasn't a big shot like me. He got Mark and some of these other fellows that preach. Andrew's always working the crowd. Always working. You read about Andrew's life. If you ever read about it in the Bible, he's always working the crowd. He's watching in the crowd. See if there's somebody have a need. You got any kind of need, I'll get to it. See, when he first found Jesus, he said, I got to get home and tell Peter about this because my brother sure needs this. He is the Lord, and he's sure enough. Old Andrew went down Peter. Peter made a wonderful preacher. Andrew, you never read about him preaching, but he could find them prospects and get them to Jesus, get them saved. Andrew said, Lord, I found a little boy here, and he's got a handful of fish and a handful of bread. Now, the only thing that's wonderful about this, if you got live fish, it is possible for it to reproduce if it's live. If you got live bread, corn, whatever, it's got life in it, see? It's possible you could make it grow. Yeah. Possible. But this little handful of fish and this little handful of bread was dead. It had been cooked. It was dead beyond any doubt. Jesus said to the little boy, give me that fish, give me that bread. And the Bible says he looked up towards heaven and prayed and started breaking that bread and fish. He said, take it and feed it to him, boy. I don't know what happened, but I know that when Jesus mixed prayer with a dead fish and dead bread, suddenly it started reproducing. It's amazing what prayer can do. It is amazing. I stood in the hospital the other day with one of my best friends. He said, Jesse, I don't think I'm going to make it. I said, Cecil, don't talk that way. And I put my hands on him, and I said, Lord, if it's okay with you, Lord, don't take Cecil right now. Me and Marty really need him. Next day, the doctor called me. He said, I want you to go home. Everything's all right. You believe that stuff? The doctors couldn't do that. I mean, doctors we know couldn't do that. But see, there ain't nothing God can't do if you're talking into it. If you know how to go and talk him into it. See, the disciples said, Lord, would you teach us to pray? Well, if you'd seen Jesus pray over that fish and bread, you'd like to have been able to do something like that, wouldn't you? You remember one time he went into a little old town called Bethany, and when he got there, these two women come running out, and they said, oh, Lord, we wish you'd got here. He said, what's the matter? What's the matter, y'all? She said, Lord, you know our brother Lazarus, the one that you love? Yes. She said, he died 4 days ago. He said, what? She said, he died 4 days ago. He said, show me where you laid him. He said, Lord, we don't want to go to see the third day the Jews would keep people up the third day because they thought the spirit might come back to the body. But if they didn't come back till the third day, then they buried them on the fourth day because they said they're really dead. So Jesus waited till the fourth day so that everybody would have to agree Lazarus is really dead. And Jesus said, "Where have you laid him?" They said, "Lord, but now he stinketh." He said, "Where have you laid him?" He said, "Well, out here is where we laid him, Lord." He took him out there, and then you see the crowd following. And he walks up to the tomb. He says to some of the men sitting there, "Roll the stone back." Listen to it. I sure would like to in there. I'll tell you, I ain't a shouting preacher, but I might have cut loose at that. Listen to it. "Lazarus, come forth." Here he come rasting in all them grave clothes, dragging them old rags and stuff he's wrapped around Lazarus. He said, "Take them things off him and let him go." Would you like to have ever seen that? Yeah. No wonder the disciples said, "Lord, would you teach us to pray? Teach us to pray." You can get things by praying, you never get no other way. And if you don't learn to pray, I'm talking about praying right. Now the Bible teaches, there's two words in the Bible for prayer. One means an inferior calling on a superior to do something for him. Now that's what all of us are. We are not worthy to go into God's presence. We're inferior. And the Bible says